We are back with more Satisfactory. Um, Back to rebuilding the factory. It's gonna be a minute until we get the actual motors up and running, but it'll be good. We will use tractors and other things as such. I will have to find the coal for it though, which is going to be interesting, but we'll figure it out. The beach might be a good place to transfer the coal from. The beach, like, to the left of us. Because I'm thinking, and it has a lot of coal, but none of it is, like, super high nodes, so it's not great for a power plant, but it would be great for trucks and stuff. So I might just pull all the coal from there, and we can just use that to infinitely refill our trucks. But anyways, that's gonna be far in the future because we're literally doing the basics right now. That is not even a lie. We are redoing the entire basics of our factory. All right. So what was I doing earlier here? We have rotors, we have screws. We probably need some bars. So, iron rods. It's 15. It's 8. We don't need 8. We don't need 120 rods per minute. We just don't. That's 30 rods per minute. And that would only be 60. Yeah. Let's do that. We should probably start with the smelters, huh? Oops. That's not right. I should mark these with signs, so I know what these guys' outputs are. Like that's being used for the plates, which is 120. This is still giving 120, but it's only using 60. It's only making 60, and it's only using 60. Yeah. Where's the signs? Organization, yeah. Iron ingots. Background. Iron ingots. Text. It's using 60. Making 60 out of 120. Using 120 out of 120. Goes to plates. Goes to nails. Or screws. Cool. I forgot I had these pushed back. Just by one. We really don't want to mess up the symmetry here. If I can help it. 'Cause that would just be fantastic. There we go. Make sure that's in the middle here. Then we do a merger. It does indeed look like that. I mean, makes sense. Let's get that hooked up. Give it its own power line. Like so. Alright. Let me drop down here. I wish I could, like, put it only, like, 45-degree angle. That would be fantastic. But that would probably cause a host of issues. I would not be surprised. All right, you're being upgraded today. Congratulations. Dude, I could swear I always get a portable miner back. Like, it never uses two. But you have to have two. You just get, like, an annoying... Like... Maybe not? Maybe they had three, and I just didn't realize. This will be rods. Parts, rods. Rods. Using 60 out of 120. minute. Try to make this, you know, somewhat neat. What the frick? That is not what I meant to do. Alright. Oh, I made that take such a wide arc because this was 4 and this is 2. Alright. I mean, it's fine. Like, this can be pushed back and pushed forward and stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. Iron ingot. Fantastic. Man, I really want an elevator. That would kind of be peak. I forgot to put one on the floor there. But this should all be symmetrical anyways. Yep. Sweet. And then we need 4 manifolds for the screws. We want it there. Alright, apparently not. Hold. Destroying. This is in the middle. Always want to make sure I don't mess up anywhere. Yep. And then we get a merger. Set all of you to rods. Alright, cool. Give them power. Fantastic. And then yeah. So we are. Someone give me a sign, please. Thank you. Put that right there. Look at us being all organized. Equipment. No, parts. Yeah. Rods. 60 a minute. If we drop it down a few stories. Come with me. You are using your metal. You're using 60 a min out of 120. Perfect. And this is making screws. Making rods. Making rods. Using 60 out of 120 a minute. I guess I should keep this. Goes to rods. I should keep this somewhat, you know, universal the way I describe my production. All right, so we have plates. We got screws. We got rods. What do we need to make reinforced iron plates? Because it's gonna be the next step. Screws and iron plates. All right. Yeah. That should be fine. Alright, let's get to building. This should be 3 high. Yep. Oop. We gotta put that in Zoop. Get up there. Should go to 9. Perfect. This will be the assemblers. This is the constructor floor. This is the assembler floor. Although there is a problem. It's not that big of a problem, right? Because I was like, we could just keep going up. But the problem would be if I wanted to keep just going up, I would have to break the chain. I mean, that's fine. It would just look a little stupid. Because you would have, like, constructors, assemblers, constructors, again, and then assemblers, but, like, it's not that big of an issue. It'll just be a little off thematic wise, which is, you know, fine. All right. So this is the resource floor. We like the resource floor. Resource floor hides all the spaghetti, and we love hiding spaghetti. And then 2 more here. Fantastic. Man, do I like blocking out the sunlight. Alright. Hey, you know, I'm sure my power consumption went way down. New floor has been made. And then let's get the walls up on this thing. We gotta go 3 high. I'm curious, if we get away from these walls here. That's on the line. No. See, it gets all fuzzy when you're trying to put it right next to another wall. But like, if I go over here, what? Yeah, this is a mess. It worked so well the first time. Yeah, okay. This thing cannot snap to save its life. I don't know what's wrong with it. Same thing. It's the same thing with like the roof. Yeah, like, that worked well. Well, the roof works. Maybe it's just the direction the arrow's pointing that was messing it up. Also, we definitely need more plates and more concrete. Let's start pulling out of this box, because is there a lot of loot in here? Can't put stuff back in here. That's quite interesting. Oh. Let me go sync what I have, and I will get back to it. How's it already been 30 minutes? This is some bull crap. This game warps time. Alright. That should suffice. I could also set up like a hypertube system now, because you can just add one thing and have it chain. It's actually a really good idea until I can get elevators, because it's gonna be a minute and I would save so much time. Alright. Okay, I could just put it like right here. Hypertube floor hole. That's fine. Let me see if this works. I could make it go up, and then I don't think this is gonna work the way I wanted it to. Because it can't actually, like, snap on. Oh, it can. But it... Seriously? So, like, that can't connect. Man. Are you kidding? I can only shoot out one side? I mean, this can still work. It's just a little bit more janky than I wanted it to be. All you have to do is do that, and then it would spit you out. That would work though. Transport, hypertube. I'm gonna split out on this floor. Can be. This is going swimmingly. I can get rid of all these frickin' ladders. Which would be kind of fantastic. One more here. Hypertube floor hole. And now that these exist, this will work. Branch. Boop. Let's see if this idea works. Could definitely take it to the top. It did work. You just have to... Bro, you have to hit like a skill check. Why am I going so fast, bro? I get way too much speed. I thought it'd be way slower. Bro, hello? I'm pressing E. I think if I go real slow. Oh. What? Like, I don't know why I can't get it while going up. Dude, I am hitting E. And it says to hit E. Is it cause I'm holding S? Oh. Nothing good. Yep. Like if I go in there, slow down, and no, that just doesn't work. Well, that's unfortunate. It definitely would have made going up and down the factory easier. But we can just use this for a ladder. So, not what I wanted, but you know what? I will settle for it. It kind of worked going down, but going up, man, it would just not cooperate. But now I can just make a really long universal ladder. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. All right. Side quest aside. Oop. So this will be the floor for the assemblers. Should be. Because the floor below is the resource floor for the constructors. This should be exactly what we need. We can get more space if needed later. Alright. Nice. Alright. Let us go down here. Resource floor. Yep. And then yeah, that's it. All right, cool. I almost had a heart attack. I'm gonna also get rid of you. Is how we keep things nice. Ooh. Nice and symmetrical. Build some walls. Problem is, I don't, like... What? Just... Why are the blueprints like this? It has to... Bro. Alright, I need... Ooh, I need to add another freaking ladder there. It will be a little lopsided. I don't care. There we go. It's gotta be something I'm doing. And also, yeah, it's like 4 meter walls on 1 meter foundations. I understand it's gonna be a little bulky, but it shouldn't be placing like that. It's ridiculous. This is gonna be a resource floor. Resource floors are too high. Alright. Well, actually, the resource floor is going to have to be 3 high because this is going to be assemblers, and it's going to clip through if we don't. Let me just fix that real quick. All right, fantastic. All right. I never did an assembler manifold. I assume the Mark 1's too small. Probably. See, these need to be further apart because these need 2 resources. Or actually, what am I doing? This isn't how I do assemblers. I bring assemblers up through the floor. So, actually, if I do something like this, something like this, that gives enough room. But can we make enough floor holes though? Nah. I gotta figure out the layout here. That is as compact of a layout as one can get. The frick? This is not aligned. That is still not aligned. Why is it saying it's aligned? There we go. We need reinforced iron plates. We need screws and iron plates for. Indubitably. Alright. Kinda forgot to bring the power with me. Should still be in the middle here. Fantastic. We've got power. Alright. And then, likewise, should have you there. I did that a little backwards, but I'm sure a little buff. You will give power to the rest. Alright. That's not power yet. And that works. It's a little tight, but it gets the job done. Alright. We want that as centered as possible. Industrial storage container. Alright. So we have an option here. We could either... Oh. What's happened? Do we have a power shortage? Did I run out of power? Or did I cut power to the, like... Oh, frick. Someone managed to cut power to the entire. Thing here. Alright, is power back up? I think it is. It is, okay, yeah. By cutting those two wires, I somehow managed to break everything. But yeah. So that's making 80 a minute using 120. So we can't use that for the plates. Because I mean, we don't need 80 plates a minute for our basic. So hold on. What if for 2 assemblers, how many iron plates is that? We need 30 iron plates for for 1. All right, never mind. Cause well, yeah, cause that makes 20. We would have to get a new line, but for the screws here, we're making 240 a minute, and that's not even the max. I don't know how many we're using for it, but it's not even the max here. So hold on, let me see. We're only using 60. So 240 divided by 2 is 120. We need 60 screws. So yeah, we would be able, if we split half and make that go towards the construction of plates here, that would work fine. That would work swimmingly. Alright, so let's make this be the screws for each. Screw for you. Screw for you. I don't know why you're being all fidgety. It's these two. So, hold on. This works. Do it like that. It's gonna be a godsend if that fits. Oop, that's iron plates. Hmm. Here's where things get unsymmetrical. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Because, yeah, that's pushed down the line. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do about that. That's fine. This is what this was here for. So I have a resource floor. Kinda just have to tank it. I'll put that like right here. Fairy Mark 3 this thing. That will be input. Okay, we would want to make this go down and then back up, but like we're, hold on, I am, because if I do this, I'm gonna clutter this floor eventually. Hold on. I have to... There's gotta be a way. Because if I'm gonna expand... I mean, if I'm gonna expand out, I have to move it down anyways. So that's fine. Yeah, no. I was not cooking. Bringing it down the floor does jack diddly squat. I just had a brain fart for a moment. So if we divert you into giving half of all that you owe to me, please work. That's big. This line should be making 100, 240. 240 divided by 2 is 120. So we'll be getting 120 a minute to both ourselves and what we need, which is screws, which is just fantastic. All right. Oops, this should be a splitter. All right, and then that should give 60 screws a minute. Where should I write that, though? Probably up here, right? 60 screws a minute to 2 sim. Fantastic. And then down here, yeah, that actually, yeah, that, yep. All right, keep that nice and tidy. All right, now we need metal plates. So how do I want to do this? Probably facing this way. Like that. And you can just go around. Whenever time permits. All right. So, we're using all 120 here, but we can overclock. There we go. That's 240. So let's look at the assembler here. Reinforced iron plates. We need 30 for one, so we need 60. So we need 4, making 15. Could we make... We have 6 making 60, because that's not an even number. Yeah. And then 15 times 6 is 90. It's only 200. 120 plus 90 is only 210. So we'd actually only need this to be 210. Half the rate. Iron ingots at 210 a min, diverting into 2 lines. So we need 6 constructors making plates. I could just make 2 more here. But would it be better to give it its own smelter? Because if we have to bring that out, right, I think it would be cleaner to have its own smelting line. That would give us less space, though. But, like, because, let's be honest with myself. I'm not going to need any more basic plates. Like, I'm just not. So, actually, let's do exactly this. Yeah, like, this is just the basic plates. I'm not gonna make any more basic plates just for my own pleasure. I don't need any more. So having it all on one line is, what the frick? Not a bad idea. It's hard for me to tell sometimes. Alright, and then how I was gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna bring it down. See, why are you, like, I don't like that. Yeah, like, that's what you'd want. And then balls. Oh, I'm fine. I want the back of you going into you. And that would be ideal. And then we would just push this back one. All of that on one line. Alright. And then up top, we would want to divert it. We want to divert. Would I How many raw resources do I need again? Just 30 or 60, yeah? Yeah. 10 times 6 is, yeah. So we just want to use a Mark 1 conveyor belt to move that over. If I split it. Like, this can stay Mark 3. That should be fine. Or actually, yeah, no, we just add another line here. Because again, I'm not gonna need more basic plates. I make way too many basic plates as it is. So yeah, if we just add 5 more here, or 6 more. Hold up though. I'm trying to move 210. That's fine. But I am pushing it. My conveyor belt moves 270. I'm moving 60 plates. So yeah, yep, that's fine. That checks out. All right. Oh. My inventory is full of plates. All right. I saw Tanner broke my brain for a second. All right. And then 5. And then 6. Yeah. That's fine. All right. Let's set all of these to iron plates, but make it do 10. Upscaling, baby. have to. Hello? Alright. Probably because I'm in Zoop mode. Oh, well. I'm about to break everything real quick. I think we're good. Actually, that isn't what I wanted. It's supposed to be like that. Man, I don't even know what I want. And before we hook you up, let's actually get you up and running here. Because we have expanded the line just a tad bit. Should all be connected. Let's get you powered up. Why not? Would I only have to... I can draw power for, like, if I do that, and then I do that, like, that doesn't work anymore for some, like, why can you do that? You can't draw from there. Linking thing that has no power to a thing that has no power will, well, make it where it has no frickin' power. It's not very helpful. I want industrial storage. Like so. Oh, no. I forgot. We need a merger. As close as humanly possible. And get that nice tight fit. And then over here, can make the floor lift. And then we need to move 60. So we're just going to use Mark 1 belts. I mean, once it fills... Do I need to do that, though? Because once it fills up, it's not going to take any more than it needs down the line, because the line's going to be clogged. Despite the fact that it can move 270 a second, it doesn't matter because it physically can't move anymore because it's full. So, I don't think... it's gonna still until it clogs. Yeah, and it will be forever. Yeah, I don't need to do that. This works pretty good. And now... Wonderful. And yeah, once both of that clogs up, it shouldn't be zapping any more of my plates. Yup. And then we need portrait sign. Reinforced iron plates. Where may they be? Seeing a whole bunch of frickin' endgame stuff. What is that? Reinforced iron plates. Making 10 a minute. Fantastic. Alright. So now we need to go categorize everything else. Also 60 plates a minute, yeah? Yeah, that's funny. 60 screws and 60 plates. 60 plates a min to 2 assemblers. And then we need to go upgrade your information. I'm making 60. 80 plus 60 is 140. 140 a minute. Diverting into 2 assemblers. Make sure like everything is good and on the straight and narrow. I believe it is. I already checked it once, but never be too sure. Fantastic. And then that is 210 out of 210 goes to plates. And this should also be updated. Iron plates 210 a minute, diverting into 2 lines. Yup. Or actually, that's not true. It's not diverting because we have it on the same manifold line. Yep. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go AFK, use the bathroom. I'll be right back. No need to pause. I'll just keep it running. Oop. It's not like there's a... Dude, could you imagine if there was a food bar in this game? It's not like there's a food bar or anything, so... yeah. We can watch our assemblers go to work. I'll be back. Sorry about that. I had to use the bathroom in a more dire situation than I thought. What happens if I... Oh, I did set that straight. That's fine. Alright, so... Next up for the assemblers... would be... rotors, probably? Definitely. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can do anything here. With the assembler, probably not. Well, that's a good sign. But, yeah, no. That's fine. We can do that later. Let me save. We've made a lot of progress. I know auto saves, but it would suck. That would suck to lose. All right. Not having a blueprint sucks for this, but we can do it like this. And then just match that up to there. We would want rotors. And then let me make sure this doesn't clip into. Nope. There's not enough space. A little more. Yep. Like so. Like so. Alright, same thing again. We connect these two first. This can be the screws. Move the power over. One, two. We want to put it in the middle. Yep. Okay. It is just fantastic. So, we would want to make just regular rotors. That's 100 screws. We need 200 screws. That's a lot of screws. But it's a good thing we make a crap ton of screws. Are these clogged? I might be moving too many screws. No. That's only 240. These move 270. Why are you like this? There shouldn't be too much on the line here. We can move 270. We're making 240. I'm diverting 60 from here. I don't get it. Hold on. Something's going on right now. Uh... Hmm. I have contracted my friend ChatGPT. For factory production exactly matches 120. Because, hold on. Screw constructor, splitter, storage. So basically this just has to fill up. Like, hold on, if I have him filling into this first, and then I split it here. Come on, I know you want to. Did that change anything? Oh. Wait, what? That was being blocked? Well, that explains it. Wait, but... now you're only going on one line for some reason. Why is that? Why not this other very good line? What happens if I kill you? There we go. Alright, well. Huh. Alright, well. Thank you, Mr. ChatGPT. My goat. He may be a stupid clinker, but he's my goat. There we go. Alright, well that should fix that issue. But a new issue. Right? I was just gonna keep adding to this. But we kinda don't have any more belt space. Currently. So we can't expand this manifold out anymore. Which means we're just gonna have to build a whole new assembly line. Which isn't preferable, but it'll do. How much We're only making 60 out of the 120 going to screws. And yeah, we have just how in the world are we making that many screws with only 60, bro? Hold on. That just doesn't seem right. But it is, because it's working, but that just doesn't sound right. Uh, 10 per minute. Yeah, 30 plus 30 is 60. Jesus Christ. So, we need 200, though. We need 200 screws. That's 50. Which is really cheap. Hold on, though. I don't think I calculated how many screws I'm making right. That's 40 screws per minute. No, I did. Yeah. Okay. We just need... We need to make another line, which sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, if we just expand you real quick. This work? Unfortunately not. Yep, disable the flow again. This factory's looking nice. Alright. This will now be 110. The 120 going to screws? Because, let me make sure I did this right. We need 200 screws. Where is it? For rotors. Yeah, for 2. And then that's 50. 50 times 4 is 200. 12.5 times 4 is 50. Yeah. So we would need this one to be making 40. Or 20. $10. No. Yes. I can't remember if it was 50 or 60. I just said it and I forgot. 50, yes, okay. Can I put a sign next to you? Perfect! Oh, I can't put... Bro, come on. That's perfect. Oh. Yeah, boy. Underclocked. 220. Okay. Go to this line. Screw 60 a minute. 110 a minute. I don't need to put goes to. Just do screws. This is the screw line. Alright. Do I need more plates? No, I need more concrete. Having to get a new line is not fantastic, but it's not the end of the world. Alright. Should have 2,000, indeed. Now, what should I aspire towards? Getting those screws up. I'm going a little bit too high, I think. Alright. Let's get this screw line going. Once we get better conveyor belts, I can continue this line out, but yeah, it's just too much. So this will be the temporary screw line here, I suppose. Yep. Is that the input or output? That's the splitter. That's the merger. Fantastic. Put you there. Put you there. Move the power. Do our usual maintenance. Glitch don't kill my vibe. Or sorry, glitch don't kill my drive. God dang it, man. Yeah, glitch don't kill my drive. Yo, Quinlan, I don't know if you remember what my old starter factory looked like, but look at this beauty that I've revamped. I can show you. I can show you the floor. I mean, it was a mess. I mean, just this is so much better. This is so beautiful. So look at these. Got the wall outlets. It's fantastic. I was a clanker. And then look on the, so like normally with power poles you have to like connect it and then do it again, but I got the double out walls, so I string all the electricity connections on the walls here outside, so on the inside to power my machines I have all the joints I need to power it. I don't have to, like, you know, fill up like 3 points having to bring power poles. It's so much better. And then yeah, I have my universal ladder here. But anyways, yeah, so I'm getting a good dopamine kick from my factory here. Any Uzis. Yeah, and then I have signs here. So if I'm at a line and I'm trying to add more and I'm like